Mario, turn that racket back down. Can't you see I'm trying to read?
Well, I want to listen to music. This record's hot. Huh?
There, now it's even harder.
It is a legend no one will forget. Everybody thought the Super Show was as bad as a Mario cartoon could be. And then, the sequel attacked. Deke was back! With the zaniest danger ever known, even more animation errors. With their useless Mario trivia, Delfino and Peach will watch every single episode and complete the Super Show Saga.
Fat cat doesn't want food. How could he not want food?
Just a Pokemon. He's so angry.
His face. What do you say about Pokemon?
I feel like they keep pulling up Diamond and Pearl stuff in anticipation for
Shiny Diamond and shiny
Diamond and
Pearl.
Luminous Pearl.
Also, do you want to scoot closer to the...
Probably.
Okay. I feel like I've got you.
Okay. We still haven't watched Precure yet.
I know, but we still have...
the Power Zone Gym episode is where they get Krogunk.
It is. Where's Krogunk come from? Where's he come from?
He's just hanging around, and then they're like, do you want to join our team? And
knocking
he's like,
about.
yeah, okay.
Because we have, like,
Oh,
3 to
that
4
episode.
months until, Oh, it's echoey in here today.
Echo.
Why are my room acoustics different? I don't even think I did anything. Are you sleepy again?
Quit your racket, Mario. Can't you see I'm trying to sleep?
Well, I want to record an episode. This one's hot. Yeah? Well, now it's even hotter. That was my favorite episode.
Well, it's just you right for the time you talked through my favorite wrench.
Talk through your favorite
I don't
intro.
know. Whatever. Talk through my favorite. Yeah, that's a better intro. Oh well.
I'm trying to get better at ad-libbing, quote, semi-quotable lines. This is, anyways, this is the Super Show Saga. I am Delfino Darians.
And I am Peach Supreme, and today is a very special episode! We're covering my favorite episode!
Is
it your favorite episode?
Yeah. I would call it my favorite because most of my notes are not logic issues or anything like that. It's all quotes from the episode.
You know, I'd nitpick you, but I did the exact same thing.
We both...
I've watched this episode so many times, I could probably quote it verbatim.
Maybe. Is it like...
It's not like The Lion King 1.5.
Where you could?
I think I could quote that movie start to finish. I think there was one time during a school assembly, I was just bored out of my mind. And so in order to prevent myself from falling asleep and getting a detention, I was like, let's just start quoting The Lion King 1.5.
That sounds like me in PT's videos.
Nah, it sounds like people that make the B-movie joke.
Oh,
black and yellow, black and yellow, black
how
and
does
yellow,
it
yellow,
start?
black.
How does that start?
Oh, it starts with
the
according to all known
known
laws of aviation.
The species known as the bee
should not be able to fly, yet it does so anyway.
This is the story of said bees. I don't know the bee. I haven't even watched the bee movie. You did. You saw it in theaters.
I did. I didn't see it in theaters. I probably saw it on like a DVD.
Like someone.
I remember it was because of that movie that Here Comes the Sun was popular.
I mean, Beatles songs are always popular.
Because that was the song they play at the end when they're pollinating everything magically.
With their
Here comes
their
the sun.
glands.
No, they have special pollen guns.
Guns?
Yes.
Are you talking in the bee movie or real life?
I'm talking in the bee movie.
Okay.
This isn't like that one episode of Phineas and Ferb where they turn into bees.
And they do the bee dance.
I'm gonna turn into bees.
All right, I'm gonna think real hard now, and I'm gonna try and turn into bees. Peach, count me down.
3, 2, 1, bees.
I just turned into one big bee.
This is making me think of the scene. It's not this episode, but it's for the upcoming Mario 3 Reanimated that I need to be working on. I'm just stuck in an art slump.
I feel like
I'm
you're just
trying
in a
to get out of my
tiredness
slump.
slump. You're doing good in your slump. You just recently got a big project done with the Zodiac stickers.
Oh, well that wasn't an art thing. That was more like
Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
Well, you got the word art in
What's
arts and
their
crafts.
name? The artist's name?
Their name is Jealous Isabel or Jealous Isarif. It's confusing. I'm gonna have a link in the description because their art is
fantastic.
absolutely
Oh.
gorgeous and spectacular.
So I think for Christmas I got a set of the Star Twinkle Precure Zodiac stickers from them.
I gave it to you.
Yes, you gave it to me, but they were the ones that drew them.
Yes.
And so I've been sitting on them because they're too cute to use.
Like, if you're so worried about wasting stickers.
I hate wasting stickers. They're so lovely, and I want them to be special.
That just reminds me when I used one of your Fruits Basket stickers. It was the snake one. I stuck it on a calendar, and you were really mad.
I wasn't mad. I was just like, my sticker.
I wanted to use that sticker.
Those are my special stickers.
I mean, the thing about stickers is you can just buy more of them. They're easy to buy. They're
Yeah,
like
but
a
that
money.
was from my special edition Fruits Basket.
So I ruined the mint conditionedness of it by using a sticker that was
Yes.
meant to be used. I'm
It
sorry.
was one of the special art books.
So many. Also, we've been
so what
watching...
I've done is I've gotten like 12 special frames to put each one in. Well, I have 5 frames.
There's
but-
5 frames, one for each cure, and like a board, it's a background board.
Yeah, and the lettering stickers, and so I've made one for each zodiac symbol,
The
so I
true
can.
pain of this whole project was buying lettering stickers.
Oh my gosh.
Because you're like, can't you count out each of the individual letters that we need? And I'm like, you're asking me a very tall order, Peach, but we did. Turns out in the zodiac words, the most used letter is R.
And I.
Are they tied?
R and I are tied.
Okay.
When I did the zodiac and the months, R was the biggest one.
Okay, because
To the
of
point
March.
where I had to take a few ends and clip off the ends to make an R. Just because I ran out of R's.
I didn't even notice until you mentioned that, and I was like, oh, the R's in March
It
are
wouldn't
weird.
have been super noticeable if March hadn't been next to April.
APR. Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice that.
It's fine. And no one will notice it except for me when I look at it.
And
so
this
I
for the
had
month.
the symbol, the picture, the 2 months, and the name.
We could not do the dates. We did not have enough 2s and 1s and 0s.
Even though I bought 3 packs of stickers. I wonder what I'm going to use all those stickers for.
I make fun, be like Scrabble. Make words with them.
I do love Scrabble.
Anyways, we've also been watching Fruits Basket, the new anime. I still have a fondness for the old anime
Me too.
because we own it.
I've been watching the new dub because they got most all of the old voice actors, and it fills me with that happy nostalgia feeling, like this episode does every time I watch it.
But yeah, I still am like in the, you can't, it's not like sinful to watch the 2005, but truly the
Honestly, I think
newest one outnumbers it.
The newest one gets to the point faster. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of
filler.
in the original, which is fine. I love it. I still really love the original one where they go to a Yami shop for the first time. And they did it pretty faithfully in the new one.
I like the music in the old one.
Ayami's theme is just this awful accordion song that's amazing.
And he's like, oh, my little brother!
I will dote on you for the rest.
I've ignored you. I'm so
I
sorry.
think the funniest thing is that Ayame is the year of the snake, which is you, and Yuki is the year of the rat, which is me, except it's reversed where I'm older than you.
I actually didn't think about that. I do. It is weird how I guess he's my stan. He's
Is that how it goes?
He's my icon.
Well, I'm glad I got Yuki. I like Yuki.
You like Yuki? I feel like the old series did put Yuki in a better light. Because we all know that end goal is
Kyo.
Taro and Kyo.
Kyoru, as it's called.
I don't know their ship names.
That's their ship name.
Okay, so that the new series is more like, listen, they're
Yeah,
the
we
end
know.
goal, so we're gonna actually treat them with
Hey,
more respect.
Yuki actually gets a girlfriend in this new series.
He
so that's
does?
good. Yeah.
Who is it?
Oh, I mean,
Is it
will
one
it
of
be a
the-
spoiler? It's one of the student council people.
Okay.
It's
I
what
don't
happens
know
in
them
the
by
books.
name. Okay, I don't know them by name.
Oh, that's because they weren't in the original series.
Okay. The only ones I know by name are the ones
So
that
the only
have
one
voices.
was Toru, so it's like, oh, okay.
I guess it has to be a love triangle. It's like, nah, it's just... It's less of a love triangle. I feel like the new series does string my heartstrings more. We finished an episode and I'm like, the feels! I'm not crying, but if I were in this situation, I would punch Akito in the face so many times. I would kick them in the I would kick them in the gut, and then
The
I'd
solar
slap
plexus.
them in the
I guess I
face.
feel for Akito because I finished the whole series.
I don't know. I understand this is so devoid of anything Mario related, but it's the whole thing of like abusive people. Bullies are usually shaped from being bullied themselves. Bullies will act like how they were bullied. And it makes a lot of sense. I don't want to give Fruits Basket spoilers because it's now a recent series with the final
should totally
season
watch it, it's
ending
great.
up, but it's really fun. It's gonna make you cry, but don't feel bad about crying because you just feel for everybody.
I think the dub is on Hulu. They've currently got seasons 1 and 2 on Hulu. And then if you go on Crunchyroll, you can watch
Crunchyroll
season 3 subbed.
As something, Crunchyroll's been holding stuff hostage lately. They've been holding Kaguya-sama Love is War. Season 2 is held hostage by Funimation. It's like-
You were saying Crunchyroll.
Oh, I thought I said Funimation.
Yeah, you said Crunchyroll.
Well, Crunchyroll is enough of a... You can watch it for free, for one. And it's enough of a programming, like, solid programming block that when something is held hostage by Crunchyroll, it's like, okay. It's like when something's bought by Netflix. It's like a little lame, but, you know, just streaming grabs things. But Funimation is such a small streaming thing that when it's like you have to pay to watch anything from Kaguya-sama Season 2, I'm like, what the heck?
I want Kaguya.
Like, I understand that their dubs would be held hostage because it's their stuff. Like, you can watch Meiji Tokyo Renka, another anime that...
Near and dear to our hearts.
It's warmed the cockles of my cold heart, strangely. I don't know how it did, but it just did. But you can watch that on Crunchyroll subbed, but the dub is on Funimation. And it's like, that makes sense. But the fact that you can't have anything from season 2 of Kaguya-sama, it's like, why are you holding it hostage? It's so good. It's fun. Anyways, we're not sidetracking because
I don't know. We're starting my favorite episode. We're talking about some of my favorite old mangas.
We're thinking about our favorite things.
Like this episode, Oh Brother.
Which is written by
Oh
the
Brother.
man, the myth, the legend, Perry Martin.
Perry!
So you like the name Perry because
He's a platypus.
He's a platypus, but the name Perry Martin it's pretty well known because he's been the most vocal about what it's like working with Deke on the Mario show.
I see.
He gave an interview.
I mean, dang, if he had to work with those confines and he still made this fantastic episode, then dang.
He gave an interview
Ooh.
about what it was like to
Do the Mario show?
to do the Mario.
Swing
Your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go do the Mario. So in truth, Perry Barton is like He's not even familiar with the Mario show at all. He loves H.P. Lovecraft, and he loves spooky horror films.
Well,
but
that
he just
explains a lot of the early stuff.
He just got hired into Deke, and is like, okay, sure.
I don't know. They just said do it.
So
I was like, yeah,
something
okay.
Perry Martin has said about, oh my gosh, one of the story editors, Bruce Shelley, is the guy who wrote the first episode, is that he never liked to look at the final product because he feel like he would produce something really good and then it would go through the machine and he'd be like, what is that? I didn't write that. What's going on?
There aren't a ton of errors in this episode. There are certainly a few.
There are a few, but
forget it. We gotta get into this
about
episode, Mario. Oh my god! Oh my god! You had
giant Mario.
pull up the giant Mario
I didn't even
picture.
pull it up. I am just
You're scrolling
through the what's it called?
storyboards.
No, it's not storyboards.
Concept sheets.
It's concept sheets / cleaning guides. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so he worked on it a lot. He had fun.
I do love looking at concept art sheets.
Concept
I
art
like drawing
is
them.
really
They're fun.
Really? I feel like I haven't seen through your concept art sheets. Maybe I have, and that's
Well,
just...
you know the Koopling ones I've been doing.
Oh my gosh, I love those, and I wish you would indeed...
I know. I need
Finish
to do more.
them.
I'm just so tired.
Okay.
These are all from the Unzappables. I love that episode.
Well, these are all the concept arts he did.
So he
it's
did
all
the
scripts.
Unzappables?
Apparently he rewrote, like, a ton. He did a lot of work.
It just makes me
Sounds
think of that one
very good.
episode where they did, like, King Tut, but then they're like, we can't name the episode King Tut. And so they're like, we'll just name it the 10 Koopa Mammoths, but it's still King Tut.
Yeah. So yeah, he talks about how he did most of his work on the Super Show, and then they had him work a little bit on Mario 3, and then they were like, do you want to work on Mario World? And he's
he
like,
said, no.
one episode, maybe? And then they threw it at him, and he's like, oh my god, this writing process is terrible, and I am very glad that I do not have to do it. But in the Super Show, he wrote the episodes King Mario of Camelot.
That's one of my favorite episodes of that one.
Mario of the Deep, Mario meets Koopzilla, hence the giant
Oh
Mario
my God.
concept art. That was cursed.
Oh, that is absolutely cursed.
Adventures of Sherlock Mario, Koopa Claus,
the Unzappables is
The
also
Unzappables, 10 Koopa Mammoths,
He did write 10 Koopa Mammoths.
and Raiders of the Lost Mushroom.
That's the one with the weird Indiana Jones
Yeah,
thing.
where they didn't draw the face, because they gave an excuse that's like, well, we were worried about his likeness, and I think it's just they forgot to draw it.
Yeah.
Because there is an angle where you can see he has a nose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oops. He also helped rewrite Mario and Joliet and On Her Majesty's Sewer Service.
These are all some great episodes.
So-
We've just spitballed.
So he's worked on a lot of Mario, and a lot of like interviews of like, how did it work? Is him spilling that tea. Because he's so done with it.
He's like,
and so is
whatever.
Deke. So anyways, the episode today, it's called Oh Brother.
Oh, brother.
Oh Brother. Not one of my favorite titles, honestly.
It's simple enough.
I guess so. So we start this episode and it's
Storming outside and storming inside.
2 straight weeks of rain.
That's a lot of rain. It's like monsoon season.
Yeah, where it's just endless. So Luigi is feeling that cabin fever.
I think everybody's feeling that.
Everybody's been feeling that cabin fever.
It's very true. Cabin fever.
Cabin fever is a saying for when you're cooped up inside and you just get sick of each other.
I'm wondering whose house they're in. Are they in
I think-
Mario and
I
Luigi's
think
house? Are they in Toad's house?
Usually they're at Toad's house.
Why do they have a fishbowl on the pipe?
If we compared enough to like remember and put each of Toad's houses whenever they walk out of a house side
Is
by
this
side,
the same house
would
that got
remember.
bowled over in Dadzilla?
I mean, maybe it grew back.
I don't know. It's a weird house. It grew back.
I feel like we could
They
check.
grow their own houses.
Well, they're mushroomed.
That's very interesting to think about.
Interesting. So Luigi's feeling cabin fever because he just wants to have a peaceful reading session, but Mario is listening to the same...
listen to music. This record's hot.
Which I felt that, whenever a movie would come out and you'd get it on DVD,
and I'd watch it
a solid month. Every single time I would come home.
You're talking about Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph, Tangled.
It wasn't Tangled. It was something else.
Okay, but we'd just be watching it over and over and over, and I'm like, I can tell you everything about this scene now. I could maybe even quote it by heart because of how much we've watched it.
I love reblogging this clip on Tumblr because it's one of the most iconic clips from the entire show.
It's one of the most popular ones, yeah, where it's
funny because it starts with an animation error where Mario's talking through Luigi's body.
What?
Because when he grunts, it's Mario's grunting voice. When he goes, "Argh!" and he puts the book on his head, that's Mario's grunting voice.
Maybe they just sound
just
really
funny.
Similar. I didn't catch that, but yeah, it's Mario, can't you turn that record down? I'm trying to read.
So Mario's listening to... It's an instrumental version of a song that's in a later episode. I think it's called Double Trouble. Double Trouble. I can't... Eventually, when we get to that episode, I'll mention it again, because I can't remember which episode it's in. They had a background song, and they're like, oh, well, this record's hot. So Luigi says...
So Luigi storms over, he scratches the record out, which, if we're talking, record... Oh, it's terrifying. Whenever I'm using the record player downstairs, Mom's like,
we must touch it so gingerly.
And I'm like... I'm holding it on the sides.
I mean,
think
dang,
it's
you
fine.
got a needle on it. Oh, well.
So they scratch the needle, and Luigi chucks it into the fire, and he says, "That
now it's even hotter."
and
it just melts, and it makes the dying Mario noise. It's such a good scene.
It is so...
And so Mario counters by going, hey, that was my favorite record.
Well, serves you right for the time you busted my favorite wrench. And so...
so the running gag for this episode...
is that Luigi teases Mario it's a very sibling thing. You know where their weak points are. So Luigi,
he'll shove his hat down.
Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry. He'll punch his sister in the face.
Punch his sister's hand.
Okay, so he'll shove his hat down, he'll pull his overalls, and then he'll smush his mustache.
Yeah, he snaps his overalls. Mm-hmm. If you've ever done that in real life, it does hurt. I feel like I remember watching something recently. Was it in Phoenix, right? Where he snapped his suspenders and he goes, ow.
Well, in Phoenix, right, that's the balloon
it's
girl.
what the Genbu lady did.
My balloons!
I love how that's explained in universe as... we're getting into Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice spoilers. Well, that game is 5 years old.
It'll be your balloon that pops or mine. Oh my god.
Is that a promise, Miss Genbu? Anyway.
So every time Luigi pulls on Mario's mustache, it turns into a different kind of mustache.
Yeah, he always messes it up.
So this first mustache is like a curly, villain sort of mustache.
Yeah, what's his name from Meet the Robinsons?
I don't know.
The guy with the bowler hat.
Well, his name's Bowler Hat Guy.
Bowler hat guy. Yeah, him. Anyways,
so they get into a fist fight, and so they're kind of yelling at each other.
Also, Toadstool's standing on the wall here.
Toadstool's just like, guys, can you please stop fighting? I have
Whatever
a headache.
happened to Super Mario Brotherly Love?
And so they're all yelling at each other. Mario calls Luigi a garbanzo bean.
I wrote that joke too. Bonzo Bean Brother. And the sound effects are going nuts. It's like...
And Luigi's comeback is, well, my brother certainly is.
Yeah. So...
brothers, who needs them? So... They're so good for nothing.
So Luigi says, well, consider yourself debrotherized. And then Luigi says,
off, and then, says another quip. And it's like, did they forget to give Mario another comeback?
It just sounded like Luigi was countering himself by leaving. He's like, oh, yeah, well, consider yourself debrotherized. And also,
we're not siblings. I'm leaving the house.
So he storms off, and it's raining, and it's like, oh.
And Peachy's like, take your frog suit. And I'm like,
so wet.
Why do you need the frog suit when it's raining?
I figure they think the frog suit
is waterproof. He's gonna catch
it's like
cold.
A rain jacket.
I guess.
You just get more.
I don't know. So Luigi, in his Brooklyn ways, goes, forget it.
Forget about it. So then he storms off, and they're like,
I kept looking at the really weird doorknob.
I was not even noticing the
doorknob. So it's like the door has the drapes on it, and so the drapes are tied like on the end with like a little fastener.
Yeah.
And so they had the same sort of fastener for the doorknob, so it just looks like a weird cloth doorknob, and I'm just like, who designed this?
I'll give you an
alternative.
Don't
have regular doorknobs?
The fastener is it's a leftover like pipe thing. It's like a washer. It's like Mario Bros. They did a little handiwork around the house.
I guess.
Even
There's
if
just
it's
a
not
pipe in their house.
Even if it's not their house,
that's true.
Self with the toad. So they're like, who needs to go after Luigi? Like one
and
of us
Mario's like, I guess I'll do it since he's my brother.
Even though he just got
he's just been debrotherized.
So Mario then storms off, and Toadstool goes, Mario, take your frog suit.
I guess I'll go tell Luigi to wear a frog suit while not wearing my own frog suit.
Mario, what the heck? It just feels like she's said it so many times before. She's done.
I don't know. Why didn't they just get a frog suit for him? I don't know.
Whatever.
She's a princess. She can't be bothered with this.
So we cut to the true cause of the thunderstorm, which is Kooky has made an invention called the power shower.
The power shower.
Which, as a meteorologist in studying,
at first I was wondering like how just having a giant shower would make it thunder and lightning, but then I'm like, they're
using a sound box.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay. What are they using?
It's that they're using the water to overflow the clouds to make them rain clouds.
I will give you that, but also...
And so the amount of pressure is causing a thunderstorm.
I'm probably going to get this wrong, and when I do...
Maybe the thunder is caused by Luigi's boiling emotions, because he is thunder elemented.
He is, but I feel like he would just get his anger from the thunder, not cause thunder via anger. I'm gonna get so much wrong, but there's a reason why power showers don't really exist as a place to solve droughts in the world, and it's that you can't just put a bunch of shower heads in one place and have them like bravened up in the air and then it'll just fall back down. You gotta consider evaporation.
Yeah.
It's gotta evaporate.
That's why I think what they're doing is that they're overflowing the clouds so that the clouds have an abundance of moisture, which makes them rain.
Okay, so there were already clouds.
Because it kind of looks like the power shower is going into clouds.
Well, the thing is the only thing that would really cause this is like a humidifier.
Did we ever see any Lakitus in this series?
Did Lakitus exist in Mario 3?
They've been in every game, I thought.
Have they? Let's look this
Perhaps.
I'll look it up.
Maybe it's like a Lakitu situation.
I'll look this up very quickly. But yeah.
There's probably a cursed picture of a Lakitu in the show.
If you put water in the air, it's not going to evaporate instantly unless it's like at boiling point degrees. It would need to be 200
So anyway,
degrees.
the whole idea for the power shower is that it will make it rain in the Mushroom Kingdom. The rain will flood into the underground pipe world and grab up all of the coins that are floating around at the pipe world and flush them out into Darkland. Which, honestly, is not a bad plan.
It's not. But also, it's making me think that... all of the coins are just floating in the drains.
Yeah.
It's not, like, really causing anything, but I guess it's a way to wash them out. Also, this episode's very water-based. I feel like Perry Martin has an affinity for water because in most episodes, there is a water-themed hazard or themed location.
Oh, that's true.
Like the sewer service is with the water. King of Cramelot has the moat in the drawbridge. Mario of the Deep, we're in the ocean.
Oh, well. So Cookie's fine-tuning his power shower, and he's like, look, Dad, isn't my plan the best? And then the pipe...
Oh, Koopa's like, oh, you're doing a good job,
And then the pipe explodes.
Are you sensing a conspiracy?
No, it just explodes.
All of like the
I guess the pressure, but there's not even like a pressure point. It just explodes. It goes,
and it goes pipe explosion.
So it smacks, the water pressure smacks into Kooky and Koopa,
and they get
pushing
blown away.
them so hard that they run into a random table that's sitting in the basement that's covered in random chemistry equipment, and it all shatters.
It was very important to show that the chemistry set exploded.
I love this scene. I drew it for Mario Tober last year.
Well, it was like, what's a retro thing? And I'm like, why don't you draw something from
my favorite episode of Supershow? And I'm like, I'm gonna draw the exploding pipe.
There wasn't even a clog.
So he's like, well, I guess your thing sprung a leak. And I'm like, that is the biggest understatement of the century, Bowser.
And he's like, and he goes, well, Kooky, fix it. I'm a mad genius, Dad, not a plumber.
And he's like, well, we're gonna need a plumber. And so they sit there for a second and they're like, I guess we'll have to get the Marios.
Get me one of the Mario Brothers. I'm surprised
I guess there's no other plumbers.
I'm surprised that Koopa's... Did his version of plumbers make it so no one in his kingdom can be a plumber?
It reminds me of this one Brawl in the Family comic where Bowser's toilet's overflowing and he's forced to clean it himself because Mario's the only plumber and he refuses to call him. He refuses.
I feel like Koopa would just... He would have his own plumbing alternative. Like, that way he would never need to look at the Mario Brothers and be like, I'll pay you. Can you unclog my toilet for me? Thank you.
Unclog my toilet, thanks.
Thank you. Maybe you should clean up your own messes, Koopa. So he has to Koop-nap a Mario Brother.
So we cut back to the Mario Brothers who are continuing their argument outside in the rain.
There you are! Like,
Luigi calls him a faucet face!
Faucet Face!
Faucet Face!
It's so great!
So good. So we get the second Luigi beating up Mario moment.
Yeah.
So this time
he snaps it
he
down,
gets like a
snaps
wavy mustache. So
yeah.
it kind of looks like his normal one, but it's a little more curled on the end and it's got more of the...
Okay.
It looks more like the stereotypical Italian mustache you'd see.
Okay.
Like in one of those like kits.
Mustache
also,
kits.
all of these new mustaches on Mario makes me realize how weird he looks without a mustache.
Yes.
It makes me very glad that he did have a mustache in the baby episode because I don't think
there's a reason tag team trouble. Well, we can look at Baby Mario.
I mean, Baby Mario's cute because he's got like a baby face.
And he's got a big nose.
If we have like normal Mario, clean-shaven Mario,
that's one of those
in his
cursed
normal head,
pictures.
It's a very cursed
It's like, have
image.
you seen the pictures of the Donkey Kong that's been shaven?
No.
It's very cursed.
Especially in the show where his head is still in the shape
the
of
Donkey
the
Kong
girl.
Country show. That's because they didn't want to mess with the
gosh.
model, so they just changed the texture. That's an easy fix. Anyways.
So while they're distracted with their argument, Kooky decides to scientifically choose.
Well, no, it's Koopa. Chooses the scientific way.
The scientific method. It's the scientific method.
First, get a dartboard and put their faces on it. 2, point your finger and count them off and say them eeny, miny, mo. 3rd, gather something. 3rd, get a fishing pole. That's your hook, line, and sinker.
Oh my god.
4, experiment. Test your sinker. 5, grab a brother and drag it through the sewers. 6,
scientific method. Scientific method.
That is from Ready, Jet, Go. Which is a cartoon that I appreciate it, but also...
It's so dumb.
It's really dumb, and the scientific method song is never gonna get out of my head.
I always think of when the Runaway Guys are playing Mario
Party 3.
No, it was either 4 or 5. And so John yells scientific method whenever he jams the buttons in a random order for one where they have to select a button and try not to match with someone else.
Okay.
So they just go scientific method.
Just mash and leave it up to choice.
That is what it feels like. Anyway, what we're referencing is that Kooky says they should pick which Mario by flipping a gold coin.
Yeah,
and Koopa
I like how
says
it's not just flip a coin, it's flip a gold coin.
I mean, they have a bunch of gold coins.
Harry Martin Martin is really he knows
Flipping
what
those
universe
coins?
he knows what universe he's writing in.
And so Koopa's like, no, you idiot, we gotta do it the scientific way, with eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
So their faces are on dartboards, and he's like, I Coop, you Mario, say no more, Cooper Duper Dad. I wrote that.
I love it.
And I wrote, this episode just has the best lines.
This episode is the best rhetoric between Kooky and Koopa. They're just having a grand old time in this episode.
They're doing evil, being nasty.
Kooky, you're so bad, it makes me proud to be your dad.
I love how he rhymed there. That's a later line.
There's so much writing.
Kooky has a new
Oh,
invention.
invention number 2 is the plumber pole.
It's a fishing
It's
hook.
a fishing pole that's imbued with a high luck stat because Jesus Christ, he just flings the
He
rod
sends it in the direction of the pipe, and it has magnet. It's magnet,
and it magically goes straight for Mario.
I feel like maybe the invention could be that there's a homing thing on.
It's got
the
like a homing
It's got a
device in
magnet, but instead of magnetism, it's two
And
pasta
the sinker,
lovers.
instead of a normal sinker, it's like a heat-seeking device,
And it's
it
for
goes
pasta
straight
related.
for plumbers.
It goes right for plumbers. So Mario and Luigi are still arguing.
They're still having
and
their
Mario's
argument.
like, "Why didn't you take a frog suit?"
I don't need a frog suit.
I don't need a frog suit.
That was one of those that was put. There's so many clips from this episode that were put into random YouTube poops I've watched.
I mean, it's a very YouTube poopable episode because
that
there's
was
just
my
so-
favorite record.
So
But served you right for the time you busted my favorite record.
it's just there's so many good lines. Honestly, it's got the best writing. Perry
Oh my
Martin.
god, it's so
he
good.
he's a
so
very
now
good
we're
job.
gonna have a big jerk for that big plumber jerk.
I wrote that one down too. So
I loved it. As soon as Kooky
So Mario gets hooked at the overall, like,
and
one
he's
of
like,
his
"What's
straps.
going on? It's not fishing season."
Like, why is there a fish hook?
It's like, what?
What's going on? So he junks him back in, and he goes, "Wow, wow, wow! Yeesh! Mario's been caught like a catfish."
There's just so many good one-liners, one after another. He's like, "I'm being talked into a warp zone. I'm
A
going."
pipe world. I'm going down the drain. I love Mario's
Everybody
cadence.
just had so much fun with this episode.
So, I feel like they got the script and they're like,
Now
Yeah.
he's plumber out of luck.
so Mario is dragged into the hideout with Koopa and Kooky, and they have some, I do like how they have some muscle hammer bros, like, you're not going anywhere. You can't escape.
So they tie him up.
So they're like, we need to get you to fix our plumbing. And Mario's like, why
You
would
just
I
kidnapped
ever...
me. Why would I fix your plumbing? You're
And
not
he's
even
like,
gonna pay me for
Kooky,
it.
get the thing. All right, evil daddy-o.
Evil daddy-o. Here's invention number 3.
Oh, I have more lines. Okay,
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
more
Koopa,
lines.
Kooky, you are so bad. I'm proud to be your dad. So
I love that line so much. They say it again in later episodes. It's just such a
I
good
like how
line.
it rhymes. Oh, so when they ask Mario, will you fix our plumbing? Mario says, no, you Koopa Crackpot, which is like,
Dang.
whoa, I don't think we would say that now. 'Cause
They say a lot of weird
crackpot
Koopa
means
jokes.
something very different.
I feel like it meant the same thing back then.
I mean that he's like crazy.
it's just
Well,
a cool thing.
They
It's just
call
the
someone a
kind-
crackpot. It's like they're so crazy they're doing drugs.
I guess.
They're doing that Mary Jane. Have you know, when you smoke and you just fly 5 feet in the air and you get a Spanish accent. And you go,
forget it.
hola! I am so high right now.
All right.
So then Koopa
So invention
says,
number
you
3.
Pipe-Squeak
He calls him a Pipe-Squeak.
is the...
They probably dragged a lot of these from what Koopa had a lot of lines like this in the original series.
Okay, so you're saying that it was just Perry Martin writing a lot for the
Because
original
I'm pretty
series.
sure Koopa has called Mario a Faucet Face in the past. It's just funny to hear Luigi say it.
Faucet Face.
Faucet Face. So Kookie's invention number 3 is called the Lame Brainer, which is a great name.
Lame brainer. Well, it doesn't make you dumb. It just makes you follow whoever's
It's-
orders.
it's a
talks
brainwashing.
first. It's
a
not even who puts it
brainwashing
on your
machine.
head. It's just
I
whoever
guess.
tells you to do something first.
I don't know. It also makes him very strong because as
He's
soon as
inexplicable strength. I feel
'cause
like
as
his
soon
brain
as-
is hacked,
yeah.
so it's like we're using 100% of the brain.
is it a commentary that muscle heads have no brains?
Maybe so.
Perhaps. So he's like, I won't get brainwashed, and 2 seconds later he's brainwashed.
So they
Whenever
do a
he talks in his brainwashed voice,
He's
it's
like
got
a
like
robot.
a timbre to it. He's like, your wish
this
is
is-
my command, Coop Masters.
What do you want me to do?
So they gotta put him to
So-
the ultimate test.
So they bring out a plate of pasta. And they go, Mario, it's delicious pasta.
Ooh, I'm starving.
But
And like
Mario!
he's salivating looking at this pasta.
I feel like he's so brain dead that he's like turned into a dog.
Pasta.
But Mario, you hate pasta.
Ew, I hate pasta.
Yeah.
He's become a pasta
And they're
vampire.
like, all right, he didn't want the pasta. Mario's
Up.
under.
Yep, he's
our
brainwashed.
control. Also, this is something I learned when I read through the interview. Apparently, Perry Martin is the man who brought all of the pasta jokes into the Super Show.
That's great.
He really, really liked writing pasta jokes.
Pasta jokes are great.
He's influenced.
But we gotta hurry up
Man.
because, you know, Koopa hates it when his Tootsie Wootsies get wet.
It is such a weird line. They're just like, oh,
Well,
this
they're
is
just
good.
talking.
They're
They're
fixing
like,
the line.
"Alright."
And then he looks down at his feet, and the water's starting to pile up, and he goes, oh, I hate it when my Tootsie Wootsies get wet.
And it's just like, what? Did they just add that because they really wanted Koopa to say Tootsie Wootsies?
I feel like it's a very drag queen line.
Oh my gosh. Ah, well. So Luigi's finally decided to save Mario, even though he's continuing to roast him. 'Cause
Yeah, he's like, he's my terrible brother, but if I don't get
he's
him,
such an idiot, so I should go rescue him. It's like, man, Luigi does not let go of that grudge.
So he's like, I just, do I need to go back? No, I don't really need the frog suit. And he goes into the pipe, and then he sees one Cheep, and he immediately turns around. I feel like there was a missing storyboard where Luigi went, yipes,
Maybe
and
he
then
wasn't
turned around.
expecting all of the pipes to be flooded, although given how much rain there is, he should have totally been expecting
Yes.
that.
I feel like there was just a missing scene where Luigi would have gone, oh, and then turned around because it's just like he's swimming and then he just
sees
turns
the
around.
Cheep and he's
And
like, nope.
so he returns home. So we've all run back inside to grab an umbrella, and this is what Luigi does when he
So,
goes
like-
back for the frog suit.
So Peach and Toadstool aren't even worried that the two brothers are out drowning or whatever. They're just sitting at home reading a book, like, whatever.
They're sitting by the
There's
fireplace.
nothing we can do.
And then Luigi runs in, goes to the closet, and grabs the frog suit, and he
then
hops out.
hops
And Peach is
away.
like,
They smile at each other, and it's just like, why? Do they know something that's going on that we don't know? Because
I think
they
it's
shouldn't.
just more like, yay, he came back. Like Mario's message came through. But they don't know that Mario was coopnapped.
You think he should have grabbed a second frog suit for Mario?
Nah, because Mario doesn't need the frog
He's a big
suit.
plumber jerk.
Well, apparently it does. So anyway, so now we're starting to sing Brotherly Love.
It's a song. It's a good song, as in it fits with the episode.
It's pretty annoying though.
It's kind of funny that we had the Do the Frog episode with Mario in the frog suit, and then
Yeah.
Luigi's frog suit themed episode is about brotherly love.
Oh, like he has to.
So he's just fighting a bunch of aquatic enemies.
Yeah, bloopers. Also,
Those
these
weird underwater piranha plants that shoot up the things.
Oh, the electricity.
No. Those are the jellies.
Which was?
I don't know.
We can look.
I noticed it while I was watching a speed run of Mario 3.
Okay. Underwater. Underwater. Oh, it's just
fine.
a sample course.
They get a lot of fun singers to do it.
Honestly, I did not think the singers were fun. They reminded me. Maybe it's because we watched Monsters Inc. recently, but they reminded me of the janitor voices. Why you say that? You know she doesn't like to be told that.
Make him lose his focus.
Shut up! You shut up!
You shut up!
We're messing up! That's what the voices
Oh my
sounded
gosh.
like to me. A brotherly love.
And it's one of those songs that I've gotten stuck in my head randomly, and I'm like, really? Brotherly love.
And then Luigi has garbled speech underwater. I forget, has this been the pattern to
Yes,
have?
this has been the pattern.
Okay. So I was
The
like,
only time it wasn't was
weird.
when Koopa was monologuing to himself underwater in his head.
oh, okay. So Mario fixes
He has fixed the plumbing. I
And
mean,
they-
that's amazing.
and they give him a hand.
they give him a round of applause. They're like, oh, yay! I mean, hey, it must have been really interesting to watch him fix the plumbing. They've probably never seen someone do that before.
I know. So Luigi comes through and he dumps out onto the coins. And he's like, he just lands on like this spaghetti strainer. I do like also how they have a spaghetti strainer for grabbing the coins.
Well, it's kind of like how people used to go, like, panning for gold.
Yeah, it's that there's holes and the water filters through while the, like, larger objects, such as gold coins, get caught up. So Koopa says, there's the clog-clearing clod hopper. So what a line.
Very nice. Clog-clearing clod hopper.
So Koopa orders
Him
Mario
to smash,
crush,
pound, destroy!
and Luigi's like, oh, Mamma Mia! Oh!
I mean, really, Mario's going at him with that wrench. Like, he's going straight for his head.
like he just wants to bash his head in.
And it's like,
scary.
whoa!
So Luigi's like, no, remember Mario, it's me, your brother. Remember when we were kids?
We had
cleaning
all
drain
these
pipes?
good times cleaning drain pipes together, and when you lost your screwdriver and I lent you one of mine, those are the good times.
I mean,
he
that's
brings
true
up.
sibling things you do, which is sharing things.
I guess.
I feel bad because I always mooch things off of you.
It's fine.
You're allowing me to. So it's like the kids are having fun clearing drain pipes. This does not sound like fun, but then again, I also love cleaning toilets, so this is the pot calling the kettle black.
You and those toilets.
I love cleaning toilets. I keep them porcelain clean.
Alrighty, so nothing's working, and Luigi's like, I gotta try a different tactic.
Something that he know that would bring him back to remember.
So he tries to do his thing, so he kind of like,
He can't really pull
he
the helmet
rustles
down.
the helmet,
He just kinda
and then
wiggles it.
Mario's overalls are kind of stuck, so he can't pull them, but the big thing he does is pull on his mustache, which gives him a Waluigi mustache.
I said that too! It's like that. And he goes, I hate it when you do that. And so that's enough motivation to that the lame brainer flies
It
off of his
explodes
head.
off of his head and onto Cookie's head.
Very conveniently. Like you think it would just fall on the floor. And he goes, oh, Mario! And he taps him a bunch.
Well, it's just that
The same animation looped.
They looped the frame instead of
Oops.
drawing him going like, "Oh Mario,
Instead
you're
of
okay."
shaking, it's
he just
like-
goes. "Bah, bah, 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 bah."
And he's like, well, thanks to you, Luigi, I'm good. So Kookie's eyes go kooky. He's like spinning around.
He looks kind of cute with the helmet on. Like it's making his hair like
It
less.
tames his hair.
It tames his hair a bit.
So,
So Mario
decides to get revenge.
he tells Kookie to give Koopa a coop where it counts.
A coop where, I guess it's...
Kick.
A kick, okay.
A kick where it counts.
Your wish is my command, Mario Master. Not Master Mario. Mario Master.
I think. Well, we've said it that their last names are Mario.
Okay, but
I think it's that their last name is Mario, and Luigi
Wait.
goes by Luigi since he's the younger brother, and Mario goes by Mario since he's the older brother.
well, I understand that, but I'm saying you don't say Shifu Master. You say Master Shifu. The title, it's like Sensei Soma Sensei.
I thought he says Mario Masters, though. Like, he's talking to both of them.
Was it plural? Okay, that might change things. I just
I
heard
don't
Mario
remember.
Master. So
Whatever.
So Kookie
he's
just starts
lame-brained.
scratching his dad.
Dude, he's pestering Koopa so much that he runs off crying.
Koopa's
He
like,
starts
"Ah!"
crying. He's like, man, I was having such a good time with my son.
I feel
And
bad
now-
for Koopa. 'Cause
Now I'm
he's
just
crying.
getting beat up by my kid.
Like, is this what being a parent means? Oh. So they have a handshake of brotherly love. And not even a back pat, just a handshake.
What was the back pat one? Oh, we haven't gotten to that episode, have we? Where they do the handshake and then the awkward back pat.
I mean...
I think that's True Colors. We'll get to it then.
Okay. But, so Peach lets us know... Sorry, Toadstool lets us know that all of the coins have been properly returned to the pipes. Do they really need to be returned? Nobody was using them. It's not like they robbed a bank by flooding.
Yeah, it's just they were just coins that were sitting in the pipe world. Like, why were they there in the first place?
Like, maybe
Is
they
there
just
someone
spawn
living
into
down
being.
there? No one seemed that upset when they were taken.
If they were,
Did they just not want Koopa to take them? Why don't you just donate them to the mushroom orphanage or something?
Because you love that mushroom orphanage.
Oh, well.
But the argument is now turned into arguing about arguing. This reminds me of an episode of Odd Squad.
I know. This argument was all my fault.
No, Peach, it's all my fault.
No, Delfino, I insist it was all my fault.
Well, I doubly insist it was mine. And then they do the head pull.
So the final
Overall
mustache we
snap.
get from Mario kind
Mustache.
of looks like Dr. Eggman.
Oh, I was thinking it was like cat whiskers.
It does. Brothers, you can't live with them, you can't live without them.
And then Toadstool and Toad go, "Oh, brother!" Like, was the title drop really needed? I guess
It was fun.
It was needed, but no, when they're arguing about arguing, that's an Odd Squad episode where Olympia and Otis are like, "No, listen, it's my fault because I always have to get the last word. No, it's my fault. I'm too calm and collected. You're right. We should be more vocal with each other. No, you were right." And then Miss O goes, "Are you two arguing about arguing?" Like,
yes.
"No, ma'am. No, we're stopping."
I insist.
I insist.
My fault.
Anyways, this episode is indeed...
I love episodes that are like this. I always kind of wish there was an episode of Phineas and Ferb like this.
Where they got into a fight.
Yeah. The only one we even slightly get close to is during the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars special where Ferb turns evil for 5 seconds and Phineas just goes, "Ha! No."
Come on, Ferb.
Haha, what a joke. You're arguing with me. It's not funny.
I'm guessing the problem would be, I feel like nowadays when people in shows fight, it's like angst.
There's gotta be all this angst. Like people just argue. It's a sibling
I don't
thing.
know,
It makes
everyone
me
gets-
think of the original Matt Pat theory. Where
we are publicly shaming Matt Pat for some of his theories.
I love Matt Pat. He's
Here's
a
the
nice
thing.
guy.
No, I'm not saying that we don't like Matt Pat. I like him. I like his wife. I like his kid. I love his cat Skeep. Skeep is one of my favorite kitties. But he has this aura of smugness and ego.
You can tell that he was a theater major.
He's a theater major.
He knows how to do drama.
Which is like amplifying his statement and making
And
it
I
seem
feel
like
like
the only answer.
I can enjoy game theory because I know how to take things with a grain of salt and not
guess
just
so.
like blindly believe them.
I feel
when
like
they happen.
I put too much trust in people to like, why would you, I don't know, I think logically, why
It's
would you
like,
say things
I
if they're
watch
not
a
true?
theory and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Haha, it's not true. But, that was a good video.
But I think the problem can be that you could understand them that way, but then people go around and circulate that as fact, and it's like...
It's like, I once talked to someone, they're like, did you know this thing about Moana? I'm like, I also watched film theory.
Maui, that Maui is somehow related to...
Hey Hey or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just like, that was just a game
I think he's
theory
just doing
thing.
his research about Maui the demigod. Anyways, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not really a did you know gaming, it's game theory.
It's
so
just for fun.
I think the problem does come in that when the theory gets so deep, he's like, this is the
facts.
answer, it's
This is
factor,
fact.
and also, it's only a theory. It feels like the only a theory thing, it's just like a saving throw.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So
tradition.
what I'm particularly talking about is the
Mario is evil.
Mario's evil one.
Which is so...
where it's like... He literally disregards his own theory in the video, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
What the heck?
With other theories.
The main problems with the theory are
He uses references to Donkey Kong, and it's like, later on in a timeline theory, he eventually mentions that that's not actually Mario, it's actually Mario's dad or something.
I had
It's
canon.
a different Mario.
I had canon that it's not even Mario. It's just
not Mario.
it's just a random plumber.
That's not the Mario
it's
we know.
Jumpman. It's not Mario.
like
It's not
Jumpman.
even his dad. It's just a person.
So then, I don't know. The other one was like the blocks, and it's like,
But the
whole
blocks are, he's murdering Toads because he pulverizes blocks, which if that were true in the show, Mario's got true bloodlust.
That's very
Because
true.
he's always punching
And
blocks.
the thing is that the blocks that they're talking about are the question mark blocks that don't disappear. Those are the blocks that Toads have been turned into.
They've been toadified.
And so whenever he punches them, they give him an item to help him. That's the whole theory behind the question
I
mark
think you
blocks.
could make...
At least in the original.
You could squeeze it that he's stealing their essence, that the mushroom that pops out is like the
But
Toad
what they
essence.
specifically say in the manual, where it also says that they were turned into blocks, is that whenever Mario punches the blocks to show their gratitude and to help him save the kingdom,
Yeah, they give him a power, which is, hey.
So then the final one is his treatment of Luigi, and they bring up this
He's
scene.
so abusive to
This scene
Luigi.
from Mario Power Tennis where Mario is stepping on Luigi's foot, and I'm like,
At
that's
his
so-
awards ceremony.
I'm like, that's such a brother thing.
Not only is it a brother thing, but a few seconds
It's
later,
such a sibling thing.
Luigi's like smiling, and then Mario smiles back, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just joking with you." And also, it's a lot of cherry picking evidence. I think that's the main problem of the Mario's evil theory is cherry picked evidence, because
It's very
he
true.
uses a timeline theory to be like Mario's cheating on multiple women, and it's like. What is this random timeline you've pulled out? What is this? Mario games don't have a timeline. They take place at all times and not at once. And all at the same time. Parallel universes. All the time. None of the time. And the other thing is that in Power Tennis, you're ignoring the blooper where Mario does physically abuse Luigi by hitting him with a tennis ball.
Tennis
and he's
ball.
like,
oh my gosh.
are you okay?
Like, Luigi literally has a black eye.
It was like, are you okay, bro?
He's like, I'm good, Mario.
I've been crying from pain.
God, I love Power
I'm
Tennis.
fine. And then also every other game where Mario and Luigi love each other, give each other hugs,
That's
can
my
work,
bro. You go, bro.
can
Number
work
one.
as a
yeah.
team. Like
Thanks, Mario.
that's Dark Moon. Makes you cry. It's
Number
like
one.
it's like in
Yeah.
Luigi's. I know Luigi's Mansion 3 was not out when this theory was formulated, but it's like in Luigi's Mansion 3, he just gives him a big hug.
Yeah.
They're full of love, not hatred. I don't know. The other game theories that I'm not too fond of is, I mean, there's the eternal meme one.
Oh, Sans' Nest.
Sans' Nest.
I love that one so
Which-
much. It's so funny.
Again, is a little cherry picked evidence.
I don't believe it for a second, but it's so funny.
I mean, some of the evidence does line up. Like the stuff that's like Sans has a picture of some people, and the photographer in Earthbound takes a bunch of pictures. It's like, yeah, they're the pictures. Sure, it's a little circumstantial, but
I really think
whatever.
the truth behind it is that Toby Fox really loves Earthbound.
So it
he
was more of
wanted
a reference.
Yes.
And also that Papyrus's suit has a Starman logo on it.
But he says himself that he's wearing a costume.
That's the thing. Papyrus says that, and then later Sans will tell you, oh, that's a Halloween costume I made. We were matching, but I'm not wearing mine anymore. But Papyrus he loves it.
So maybe he dressed up as Ness.
So I think he dressed up in a matching outfit. I don't know. But it's the whole thing that it's like, it's not his skin.
Get the
His skin is the bones.
I don't know.
He has no skin on the bones.
I don't know.
And other,
just so funny.
I don't know. I mean, we'll always love his FNAF theories. FNAF theories are the only ones that I really take as...
Because he's very passionate
biblical.
about those, and he puts a lot of work and
He makes sure
effort
not
into
to
those.
cherry pick evidence in
Yeah.
those. I think, yeah.
Because that's the thing, when you're doing so many different theories.
Yeah, it also reminds
It's
me
like
of the
when he
Ace
tried
Attorney.
to do Ace Attorney, it's like, no, in
and
order
he
to
just
do...
looked at the first game,
If you
and
want to do
everyone
an Ace
laughed.
Attorney theory, you have to have played every single game, know every single line of dialogue,
Every
and how
single
the
character, how the law
interacts.
system works. Like, because he talks about evidence law, and I think it is a little funny that he only focuses on cases 1 through 4 of Ace Attorney. It's like, well, if he just played case
If you finished playing Case 1-5, then we do talk about evidence law in there.
And how it's really busted.
And most of the
and
points
how all
he
you
brings
need
up...
to do is be like, have a police officer say, hey, I think this is important. And it's like, okay, that's legal. Doesn't even matter if you're hiding it from everyone else. It's all legal.
Yeah, really, it's that the points he brings up are all addressed in later games of
They're
Ace
addressed
Attorney.
in investigations...
Apologistics.
Investigations with extraterritorial rights. Apologistics with forged evidence. Fire from the Ashes, Case 1-5, with just evidence law and how the police detains it. And I feel like also Spirit of Justice does that, but that's just the whole, like, broken prosecution system.
The system sucks!
The system is terrible, and how it's so unbalanced.
Now we've gone
towards
off on
defense
this
attorneys.
tangent. We haven't even said our most valuable paisano yet.
It's Luigi!
It's Luigi.
It's Luigi.
It's Luigi.
I'm not even gonna argue about that. It's Luigi.
I mean, I love everybody in this episode, except for Princess and Toad, because they don't do anything.
I mean, I like Peach where she goes, Mario, take your frog suit! But everyone else, oh.
And Toad has a good line where he's like, well, the storm outside isn't nearly as bad as the one inside.
He doesn't even have that many lines. It's like one or two. It's a episode, it's about family. You know, you come down to it.
It's about family.
It's about family. It's all about family.
The relationship between the Mario Bros, and the princess,
and
between Koopa and his boy.
Oh, I did that too soon.
My boy.
My boy. No, my boys. I'll give it a minus
Cookie, my
0.1.
No!
10 out of 10.
But he says that he's so bad, he's proud to be his dad.
You're right. It rhymed just for him. It's a worthwhile.
It really is cute.
Expenditure.
Because we've had so many Cheatsy episodes where it's Cheatsy's like in his teenage rebellion phase where he's just like, I don't want to hang out with my dad.
I'm sure my dad's the best.
But it's so cute to have
We're
Cookie,
smart like you are. Kooky, he's a suck up, but also that suck up comes from
He wants his dad
love.
to be proud of him.
He wants him to be proud and give him attention and love. He's like a cat.
He's more like a dog. Cheatsy is the cat.
Okay. Knocking things off the banister. Oh, also with the cats, we did name. We'll still take name suggestions for the kitties, but we did find a name for all of Robin's kitties.
Tangy.
We've named the other calico Tangy because she's like a tabby calico. Calico. I don't know where the G comes from with calico and tabby.
Well, I was thinking more tangerine.
Oh, there's no word calico and tangerine.
Well, because of the lighter orangey yellow spots.
Well, I feel like her name should just be Tangerine, because Bumblebee, it's the same amount of syllables.
I guess, but
And
tangerine's such a mouthful. If I had a pet, I wouldn't call it Tangerine. I'd call it Tangy.
When you like to name pets, would you name them after, like, real names, or would you rather just name them,
I'm not my crazy friend who named her dog Linda.
Name them real names.
I love you and your dog, but Linda, really?
It's my favorite dog.
The other dog's name is Mia.
Mia and Linda.
Mia and Linda.
I mean... That just sounds like...
I just think it's crazy because I think, like, one of her grandparents is called Linda also, so it's really weird.
It's like if you're dating somebody and they have your mom or dad's name.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
could never do that.
I'm sorry. I have to call you something different. I can't. I'm sorry. looking at pictures of
the kitten!
Bumblebee.
All right, we're getting distracted. We better end this episode before I get a door
Bumblebee,
kicked.
Tangerine.
But yes, in case you're
Puma.
curious, this is absolutely my favorite episode of the show.
Yeah.
That does not mean we're going downhill from here, because there are
Yeah.
still some pretty great episodes.
There's enjoyable
coming.
episodes from here on out.
But this is like the shining opus of how.
If I had to
how
like
good
put
this
an
show can
episode in
get.
front of somebody,
Would you say that this episode is better than Mama Luigi?
I think in terms of between Mario and Luigi interaction, I'd say yes. But maybe in terms of the overall Mario scope,
Yeah.
that Mama Luigi wins out just because it's more story based.
Truly, Mama Luigi's just so good.
Tangy looks all dirty.
Oh my gosh, stop looking at the cats. We gotta do our outro.
Pepper, Puma, Tangy, Bumblebee, Chappie.
You always forget Chappie.
I always forget Chappie. I feel bad. And Bugita.
Oh, I should probably explain where the name Chappie comes from. It's from when I was playing Odyssey. And so whenever Cappy says his name, it kind of sounds like he's going, Chappie!
Like, and you're spinning it on a rod, and he goes,
Chappie!
So it's very cute. It's not Cappy, it's Chappie. Also, the kitty has a little Charlie Chaplin mustache, so he's Chappie.
So where can we find you at?
Okay, I, Delfino, am on Tumblr at delfinodurians.tumblr.com.
And I, Peach Supreme, am at peachsupremeart.tumblr.com.
We are also on Puddlecast services, Apples, and Spoofy. Those episodes go up every Wednesday, and if you're listening to there from here, you can actually watch episodes early with aided visuals on Monday at the YouTube channel, also called Delfino Durians.
I do love those visuals. It's funny the ones you pick.
I mean, I just
although it's always up to you to pick them, because it's like, I was like, maybe we should put a picture of Sam from Sam and Max in the episode.
I'm sorry. I am biased towards which, if I do grab outside sources.
Yeah, you'll grab a picture of Tony Rosato from
I'll grab On Squad pictures, but I won't grab Sam and Max pictures. And with that, we are off.
Oh, we didn't say thank you to Taylor Lair for composing our wonderful outro song.
Oh my
You can find her stuff at tlair.bandcamp.com.
That's T-Lair, the letter T, Laire.bandcamp.com. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I mean, you could consider yourself to be de-brotherized.
De-sisterized.
No, I mean, it was all my fault that you forgot to do that outro.
No, it was my fault for wanting to end the episode.
Well, then you should end it first.
Oh, brother. Bye, Zani.
Honey pie, Zanis.
Oh, I hate it when my Tootsie Wootsies get wet.